Hey everybody, it's Chioma. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a cool, like, spooky, bloody Halloween nail design. So I ran through the process to make sure I could do it right, and I made a ton of mistakes, but don't worry, I'm going to show you how to fix them. So let's get right into it. All right, so the polishes I'm using today are Beige Rose by Madam Glam, Black Cherry Berry by Gelish. I got this little mini one off of Craigslist one time, but it makes a perfect, like, bloody color. My favorite top coat, which is D&D No Wipe top coat, and then I'm using this Flash Cure flashlight off of Amazon, but I wouldn't recommend doing that, and I'll explain why later. But all right, so I'm just using my dotting tool, taking some of the Black Cherry Berry and just making a decision, just like Bob Ross says. Just make a choice and then just draw your line down. And you can see my nail, so I flip it facing me this way and then also flip it back upside down because I'm wanting my drips to come from, like, the cuticle area, and I just found that it was easiest to, like, start the drip from the actual, like, circle part of the drip and then drag it down, because I want to get this cool, like, teardrop shape where it's bigger at the bottom and then skinnier as it goes up. And then I'm just adding, like, extra polish on top because I want it to look like actual, I mean, not actual blood, that's kind of gross, but you know, like, actual stuff is dripping and, like, leaking down. And I didn't film this part, but I've got 2 layers of my Beige Rose color by Madam Glam on my nails, and then I put a matte top coat on top. In the top coat, I didn't get to film it, but it is Koopa Gel Xfinity. I got it off of Amazon, so it's the matte top coat, and it's giving this cool, like, effect with the shiny part of the blood, quote, blood, over the matte, so it's gonna look really cool. And yeah, I'm just adding, like, more polish to it here, trying to make it, like, thicker and kind of bulbous on the nail, or basically just 3D. I'm trying to make 3D, like, drips on here, so I'm just adding polish and fidgeting, kind of like trying to fix the shape to make it nice where I want it to be. So yeah. So basically just adding some more polish. I tried to make this little tiny drip type of thing to make it kind of look more realistic, like there's blood spilling everywhere and stuff. And then I'll flip it upside down to add more polish at, like, the base of the drip because I want the teardrop shape, like I said, and it looks most realistic when it's, like, circular at the bottom and then it goes in kind of triangle at the top. But I wasn't liking how thick this one was. It was giving more, like, rectangle than it was giving triangle. So I took this little brush that I kind of made. You can see it looks crazy because I cut it up to try to make it really thin. And I'm just dragging it up to make it more, like, narrow at the top. But this little brush wasn't really working, so I just switched it out for this bigger one. And then I was just like, no, I'm not liking this at all. So I started to wipe everything away, and I'm not using any product on this brush. The brush is completely dry, and every time I pull away off camera, it's just me, like, cleaning the brush off just on a paper towel. So I'm just doing that a couple times to try to get this narrow shape at the top. And I'm just cleaning my brush off one more time, and then this final swipe, you can see it kind of gives a nice, like, teardrop shape that I'm wanting. I keep saying that, but it is the shape that I want. And then the polish was staining a little bit, so I had to use some acetone to try to scrub it away. But then I decided, let me just flash cure because I like where the shape is now. The thing I would recommend for everybody else doing this design is to, of course, flash cure as you go, like I was doing, but after you finish one nail, pop it in the lamp and then move on to your next ones, because one of the nails didn't fully cure for me as I was just flash curing and then moving on to the next nail, if that makes sense. So just keep that in mind. But then I'm just adding some more, like, drips at the top and stuff to make it look kind of cool and like there's blood coming out of my actual cuticles. And then I liked where that was going, so I'm just going on to the middle nail. so I started the pinky nail and I just really wasn't feeling how the drip was coming out. So I just took my little alcohol prep pad and then ripped it open as you saw and just swiped it away. The purpose for using alcohol versus acetone is because if I'm messing up like over and over again, like I'm messing up a lot and I use acetone each time, it's gonna disturb the layer that I'm painting on, whereas alcohol won't. So you can mess up 1,000 times and use alcohol and you'll still be fine. You won't disturb the layer underneath. So that's why I did that. And then I just restarted and made my drip and, you know, checking, does it look okay? Then I move on to the second one. And I haven't cured or anything yet, again, because I'm just, you know, making the design first. Then I connect it to try to give it a realistic look. So this is the nail that didn't cure all the way. You can see it's like dented a little bit there. So just remember, after you finish the design of one nail, go ahead and cure it in your lamp for a full 60 seconds. And then once you finish all of your nails, give it another cure just to be safe before moving on to top coat like this. So with my super tiny brush, I just have some top coat on there and I'm just carefully going over the red polish because the first nail that I showed you at the beginning of this video, I wasn't careful like in this stage of it, and so it's really shiny like all around the drips, and that's because like I was just kind of rushing through and didn't realize like this like stage needs a little bit extra time and care. So I'm taking my sweet time, going over top coat here, and I'm really trying to not get it on the like matte part because I know how much it'll show up. But even if you do get it on there, it's totally okay. You can just take some alcohol and wipe it off and then just restart. So here I am just covering up the nail and I'm just being super careful. Again, taking my time, and I even covered up the little dot, of course. So here's how everything turned out. And don't forget to click the link down below so you can get my free press-on nail beginners course so you can start making press-on nails at home too. It's got everything you need to know to get started. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.